How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures.
Wow.
So last time, we had kicked off Case 3, which is, at least in the first game, personal favorite of mine. Out of the Great Ace Attorney duo of games.
I personally hate all of them. I'm just kidding.
And yeah, we are now hopping right back into court.
Yeehaw.
With Ryunosuke saying, because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this.
Well, how are you going to manage it, kid?
Yeah, let's see how we fail.
Story mode.
No.
Gears.
I actually
Well.
need to check if I have that enabled or not. I
What?
want to make sure story mode is not on.
Oh.
I don't think it is, but...
18th February, 10 a.m. The old fucking Bailey courtroom.
Let me check a little something here. Oh. Okay, off.
Yeah, get out of there.
Alright.
Let's get into the news.
God, okay, I still absolutely love the jury edition in these games.
I
It's
know.
so good. Ever since Apollo Justice, I don't know why the hell they didn't stick with it.
Yeah, they backtracked, if anything.
Yeah, they backtracked hard. So this is the highest court in Great Britain, the Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? So different to the Supreme Court in Japan.
It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant.
You're redundant.
What the fuck did you just say to me? Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair.
Yeah, it's wiggity whack.
Couldn't have said it better myself. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo?
As long as it's important.
It is.
Yes, what?
Everything
What if I stab
say.
someone?
No. Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again.
I feel like my head is gonna pop.
Hehe.
I know, but I just can't help it. Okay, I've said this before already, but just the dynamics and camera angles in this game are
It's so
billions
good.
of times better than what we had in Spirit of Justice. Obviously, we haven't put that on the channel yet, but you'll see when we get there.
You will. You're going to be like, wow, we can't pace around the courtroom.
Yeah, and these camera angles aren't anything.
I know. And the fucking models are shit.
The models aren't too bad.
They're not
but,
terrible, but you can see a stark like if you look at the judge right now and then you
Yeah.
go and look at Apollo,
I mean,
like
at the same time, like they were upscaled for this port.
True.
Like, I mean, if they bring Dual Destiny and Spirit of Justice to the Switch, it'll probably look better.
they might, but like I feel like there's a different attention to detail in these particular models than like anything
Actually,
in the previous games.
Now that I think about it too, I mean, they already ported it to mobile. So actually, yeah, the models do kind of suck ass.
Yeah, they do. Like they're just not like they're not bad. They're just not good.
Yeah. But I still like those games. But
Yeah, they're
damn.
still good games. The games are good. The models, nah.
Yeah. All right. I can't do my stereotypical judge voice, so I have to sing something. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. Sound similar to the freaking judge in the Japanese court. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGilded, or Cosney McGundle if you've played the fan translation. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. If you don't, I kill you.
Oh, fair.
Okay, here we go. So,
Batman.
the prosecution is fully prepared. Damn, dude.
You
My
look like a
balls
piece
are
of shit.
Quibbling? Yes, quivering.
Quibbling?
That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. Looks like he's gonna reap my ass.
Oh no.
He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld. Hey, are you from hell by any chance? Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English? I'm clearly doing it right now.
Yeah, you
Well, I mean, technically I'm
bastard.
speaking Japanese, but... Oh, yes, of course. Sorry.
All right, listen to your dick cheese.
But he asked if the defense was ready. And I couldn't be further from ready if I tried. Oh my god. Those eyes, please be Nipponese.
I still
Not
will
Japanese,
not.
Nipponese.
I will not get over the fact that that is what they decided to do.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
really, guys?
don't understand.
I don't either. See, okay, when I first played this game, I honestly didn't even do a British accent for Von Ziegs. And it's kind of hard.
Ah,
So
I mean,
honestly, I might just drop it.
oh, were you? Yeah, I mean, just do what you were doing in the fan translation.
Yeah. They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The oh my god. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb.
Isn't that a dubbed line
It
in the
is.
bonuses?
A cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way to my tips, my toes, and my balls.
Your tits? Oh, your tips.
Okay, then.
Right.
Now, Mr. McGilded. Yes, my lord.
Die.
Okay. You stand accused of murder, a capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty.
Oh, goody.
Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner?
He's gonna die anyway. Just let him do his thing.
As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a grand thing to give. Oh my god, I keep forgetting that
It's a
they,
grand
like,
thing to
they
get.
insert his accent directly into the text, that makes it hard. As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a grand thing to give opportunities to the young.
A dinghy.
Even if the fella is a student from some little island off in the Far East. Is it not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give they less fortunate a fair chance?
That's all, folks.
I'd like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire
Hold on.
proud.
Hold on. Did you just say chivalry?
I definitely did. By
I'm going to
accident.
kill you. Oh, okay. I
Chivalry.
thought that you said that like
No,
fully.
I didn't mean to say it that way.
Okay, I was about to be like, Andy, I hate to break it to you,
Listen,
buddy.
Mr. McGilded, what a fine gentleman London has for my ass. You're gonna donate 5,000 pounds of fucking bullshit. Let's go and play in the park.
Oh my god, this court is awful. It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded.
Yeah, it appears this gallery is fucking worse than any other game we've ever
It
played.
truly is.
That's definitely welcome news, and he certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. Okay. Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded, in the most laudable sentiments. Now,
No.
ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been oh my fucking god, selected for impartiality. Are you ready to proceed?
No.
Amen. Yes, my lord. If the task is to send rotters to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready.
At the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree.
Yeah, any criminals here would soon be wishing they never set eyes on me.
Yeah, you're right, kid.
I'm not doing a British accent.
No,
for him,
that's super
sorry.
fair.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking lit. I feel a chill. Okay.
Oh, don't mind me, dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these mitts for my grandson.
He'll probably hate them.
She'll probably die before the knitting is done anyway. Ah, Mr. Naruhodo,
Those people are.
The jury. Yes, that's something we don't have in Japan yet.
That's right. I've only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors.
I don't trust that fuck guy with the knife. How did he get elected?
Why is he allowed to bring the knife in here and like just like fully out in the open swinging around?
Yeah, I mean, we have a katana, but I mean, we're not.
Yeah,
that's
true.
The judge passed a sentence according to the law, but the jurors determined guilt based on comic sans? Common
sans.
sense.
So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view.
But how exactly did the jurors give their verdict?
I don't know.
Oh.
That I don't know, but I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses.
Yeah, I hope so. Yes. And oh, shut the fuck up. Prosecutor von Zieks. I noticed you don't have a British accent. My lord. I kind of do. Sometimes.
Kind of doesn't cut it.
It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounced your fame. I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say.
Well, I'm known as the Bailey of the Reaper, so shut the fuck up.
But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. So, what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstance in which the court should be aware? Yeah, you're gonna die.
I was bored.
Well, I leave that to your imagination, my lord. So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years, and he just happens to come back the day I fucking show up.
Yeah, truly. It's that.
Why did he have to choose today of all days to make a comeback? Basically like every other prosecutor in every game.
Good lord.
Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yeah. As you wish, sir.
Who
Court,
said yeah?
nevertheless, welcomes your return.
Yeah.
Now then, opening statements, I think. A summary of the case, if you please. What do you mean you think? Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity. We must be the only ones in here who aren't aware. Maybe you should say something. The incident took place in the late evening, 3 days past. The hour was some minutes after 10. The victim was a maker of building bricks known in the community as Thrice-Fired Mason. Sorry? Thrice? That's not a word. Oh my god. He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to almost be indestructible. Then he got stabbed. The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service in the streets of London at the time. A dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Not like there's any other cause of death around here. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard. Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that and the photograph as evidence. Yeah, do whatever you want.
Wow, an autopsy report. Wow.
And one further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well. And these are...
Are you
Do have
dumb?
eyes. You literally have them in your hand. Good lord. Is that blood, counsel?
No.
No, it's fucking ketchup. Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. What? Mr. McGilded's gloves had blood on them?
Wow.
Oh, shit. That's awkward. Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well. You're fucked, pal. How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I've even started. Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside his vehicle at the time. Only 2? Yes, that's what I said. Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. The other was the accused, Magnus McGilded.
Gasp.
Damn.
Damn.
Well, rather damning circumstances to say the least. Defendant, what say you? I think you should shut the fuck up. Well, of course, I have no recollection of such a thing. Such a ting.
Such a ting.
Mr. McGilded, pick an accent! To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening. But whenever I'm in the carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it. Are you claiming to have been asleep? 'Tis the motion of the carriage, my lord. Lilting, so it is. And when I opened my eyes again, 'twas a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I'd never laid eyes on. Eyes on before in my life. Okay, I'm gonna disregard that. Now I ask yous, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fellow bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. And a handy.
Oh no. No.
So the blood had gone under the gloves then, after the man had been killed. Man, getting McGilded's accents down is gonna be probably one of the hardest things I do in this game.
Well, it's already significantly better, I think, than the first bit.
I'll have to go back and look. Unfortunately, that statement of the drivers is only the beginning. What? That's not all of it? Yes, there were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed.
Damn!
That's crazy.
What a young boy.
Order, order, order.
Order.
Why do you say it like that? When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage, and there were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. A Kate? You is the nail in the coffin for the accused. And your mom. My mom? Thank you, counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we'll hear testimony from these witnesses, first of all. Yeah, sure, glad there's only fucking men in this court, except for the 3 women. I have to voice everybody around here. Your wish is my command. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once.
Or else what?
Okay, whatever you say.
Carrot man.
More men. Witnesses, your
Bring in the
names and
boys.
occupations. My name is, well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus in the East End. Bruce Fairplay. I'm a banker in the city. You can voice lady first.
My name's First. The lady first. I, make hats for gents.
Hi, my name is Midoriya.
My name is...
Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you oh my fuck.
Present.
Present in the stand were in an omnibus and witness to the aforementioned incident. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Quite right.
Yes, sir. That's right, sir.
Very well then. Let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw.
And
But what if we didn't?
Don't.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Stab me?
It was the last bus of the evening, so I had few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then out of the blue, the accused was reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. In his
That's
cock.
hilarious. That's right. He stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it.
As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. Your nose is very red. Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes. Damn. I'd like to ask a question, if I may. What? Yes, counsel. Well, this testimony stinks!
Your testimony sucks!
Makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Why not? Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes. Well, in that case, how could those two witnesses possibly have seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage. Dad, this dude is
Damn,
fucking stupid. Jesus Christ. How quaint. I'd read that civilization in the Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you even traveled in an omnibus? Well, clearly not. Well, no. We only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves. The actual scene of the crime, that is.
Field trip.
What? What do you mean? The actual scene? How? A carriage is designed to be moved, after all. Presumably you understand that much. Yes? The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today in this very building. Here? What? The entire carriage? Bailiff! Bring forth the stricken omnibus. Coming.
I'm on my way.
Here we go, guys. I don't know how the hell I got in the door.
I carried
But
it
I
with my
fucking did.
hand.
Also, I didn't know the stand could be split apart. So that's an omnibus. The omnibus. I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers. More than your mom. 4 passengers seated inside the end. Fuck me. Enclosed cabin and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. Unless if it's cold as shit.
You're telling me that only Londoners know that sitting on top of the fucking roof is gonna give you a better view of the
Yeah,
city than
really.
inside?
But if it's like dead of winter, I'd be inside.
Yeah,
I'm not just,
no.
no, it's another. And I should point out to our foreign guests
Wow.
that there is a skylight in the roof, allowing a view of the interior from the seats above. You can also dangle your nuts on the roof. It's pretty funny.
Dear God.
A skylight. Oh!
Oh.
Yes, the penny drops at last, I see. Jesus Christ. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats of this omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight. That makes perfect sense. Well, counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I never experienced such crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. The most biggest piece of fucking evidence ever. That is the prosecution's wish.
He looks so sad.
Okay. Very well. I see no reason why not. This omnibus here is fucking formally accepted into fucking evidence. Here, take it.
Take a whole bus.
Can't believe it. The entire crime scene is entered as evidence?
Yes, Great Britain is simply extraordinary.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's great.
Wow.
I can help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. Going in. Let us continue with the proceedings then. Your cross-examination, counsel. Pray, don't expect this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights.
I'll kill you.
Fuck you, man.
I'll
The
cut your
sword-
nipples off.
The sword is going up your ass. All right, my first cross-examination in a British court, full of British peephole.
British people.
Whoopsh. Focus, Ryunosuke. Focus.
Fuckus.
Focus.
Fuckus.
Yeah. What the witnesses saw. We're gonna start with you, buddy.
Night, carrot nose.
Yes, I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it? Oh, yes, sir. That's right, sir. Yes. Ever so cold it was, sir. Fucking freezing, in fact. And you had 4 passengers on board at the time? Is that correct? Yes, that's right, sir. Not all traveling the same parts of the bus, of course, though. No. Sir, I can see your fucking breath in here.
Yeah, that's so weird.
And there were no other passengers when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example. You're quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that. No, none.
Is there a fucking draft right there?
So nobody fled the scene of the crime then? I have to say, the boss insists on it finding he does. Every evening, that last bus of the day. But I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, sorry to say. What do you mean by that? Well, what with it being so cold and everything, and only making 20 pence on the run, you see. I want to die.
It's super fair.
Yes, I spend that much at the pub on the way home just trying to warm up again. I keep forgetting I have an accent. And you saw them through the skylight in the roof of the carriage. That's right. When you sit up on the top deck, the window's right there at your feet. See? There was a lamp on inside, so I had a pretty good view.
Wow.
The 2 of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. But there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that it was Mr. McGilded, because I fucking hate that guy. How can you be so sure? Well, dumbass, how can I put it politely? McGilded is a gentleman of rather small stature. I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilded. There was no room for doubt here. I really wish there was. Well, there's not. Then out in the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. You actually saw the exact moment it happened? Didn't I already testify to that? Or our fair dinkum hard-working city bankers not considered trustworthy these days.
Dinkum.
Oh, no. I didn't mean that. Who the fuck's this dinkum?
What does that even mean? Dinkum.
This is no good. I've really got his back up. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail, if that's... My lord. Wait, that's the wrong voice. My lord.
My lord.
Juror number 3, what's the meaning of this? Yeah, my mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. Made up about what? Can you shut the fuck up, dude? I don't like stinking rich. Never have. They're always up to something or other that they just fucking shouldn't be. Every one of them. I hate them all.
Burn him.
I'm not biased in any way. And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me. He can fool these nuts.
Any last words?
Any last words? These nuts, buddy. There's no point in wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyway. I don't have to listen to anything else.
All right, you crazy
Hold it.
bastard.
This is precisely what I was about to say. As the foreman of the jury, it's my duty to set up a good example to my fellow jurors.
You're just
Why?
following him. You're,
Yeah.
you literally have no spine.
What the fuck? What is happening here? The fire got bigger.
What does fuck mean? Let me see. Ah, yes, it seems that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts.
With fire?
Apparently, yes. White for innocent and black for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case, one by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, as we saw just moments ago.
So there's... Fuck. If those are normal scales for completely black... Oh my god. Fall completely to the black side, does that mean that he's guilty?
What in the hell is wrong with you? Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen.
Now I'm even more worried than I was before.
Date.
Very well. The court acknowledges the change in the fucking jury stance. Counsel for the defense. Please continue with the oral cross-examination, please. This is a nightmare. Nobody can
too.
stay in their accent.
That's right. He stabbed him. I screamed I did. I couldn't help it.
I creamed I did.
Now, what did you what?
He stabbed him, you say. And you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you? Were you?
Yes. That's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats.
Okay, Basil.
I was up on the roof seats. I only have so many ranges.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the little gent sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. I'll also try British. I'd been thinking about a new hat design, you see, so I was just gazing absent-mindedly around.
Honestly, I think that one actually fits
Oh,
pretty well.
fantastic. But then I happened to look through the skylight. It was sticking right out of his belly. That huge, great knife.
A grim sight indeed. Did you lower your voice?
Sorry.
That didn't help me at all. So yeah, that was like, is he fucking
Oh,
guilty?
it's so
Yeah,
fucking
I think he's
dirty
fucking guilty, all right. Give him the balls.
I'm typing a paper!
The jury looks like they're even more convinced by the
I can't fucking hear you.
I
Speak up!
said your mitts look
Speak
fucking
up!
stupid.
Your mustache is in the way.
Jury look like they're even more convinced by Clyde than they were before. The jury's not even talking about things that matter.
That appears to have made everyone even more dubious. That Mr. McGilded is telling the truth. What the actual fuck is going on up there? If only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions.
I also didn't mean to say. I didn't mean to shout shave over your. I didn't realize you were reading your line yet, so I was like, shave. I was like, damn, I just totally interrupted him.
Mr. First, Deku, or fucking Basil, whichever you
My
go by.
name is British Deku. Oh, yes, sir.
Is this the knife you saw, and the one that's going to kill you in a minute?
So funny story. I didn't see any knife at all. Oh, good grief. Yes, that's it. The very one, sir.
Is that the knife? Yes, counsel. Oh my god. Is it the blade that was driven in the victim's deli like a deli?
Fuck are you talking
In the
about?
victim's belly like a stake through the heart, like a vampire. That is wait. No, never mind.
Blah.
That is the blade of a considerable size, counsel. It is. Furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial,
L.
the letter M, which may seem oddly familiar. Please no. M for Magnus, perhaps, or McGilded, possibly. Take your pick. Either way, you're fucked. Seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake. See what I did there? Double M.
Wow.
Get a stronger objection, Renew. Renew? Renew, please. But there's M's everywhere. It could be like McDonald or something.
God.
Yes, like in Mason. I think you should shut the hell up. This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned. Lisa playing Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Lisa.
No, this weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused. Well, you're dumb.
You're dumb. You're dumb.
Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, counsel. Have a knife.
Have a knife? The dude next to her. Damn, they just giving these shits out, huh?
It's like, give it to me.
My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption.
Juror number 2. Go on.
I have a name.
Like,
Mr. McGilded is a pillar of society and a gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. You know? However, those of us in service knew we must accept the hard truths. I said the wrong no.
What are you about to...
Dispose of the rubbish.
I'm gonna throw you in the fucking garbage.
Ooh, fire.
Pretty.
Pretty.
No!
Teehee. I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime.
Oh, never mind. Wrong person.
I have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I am now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion.
No, stop,
Booyah.
please. Anything but that.
Get fucked.
Not again.
That's 4 out of 6 jury members who have proposed a guilty verdict. There are only 2 left.
Oh no. We've had it. Every time I press these witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse.
Nevertheless, What we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark.
I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly.
We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that will give us a way to fight back. What?
But...
I read that too fast.
Alright, I'll keep trying. I can't give up. Well, maybe I can. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. As soon as I heard the scream, my ball stopped.
What?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
What exactly did you see? Oh, well, sir, that would be the passenger, sir. Yes, collapsed on the floor, he was. And by the passenger, obviously, you are referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. And the only passenger that knife in his hand, like this, I missed the word. By the other passenger, obviously referring to the fucking accused. Mr. Magnus McGilded. And then he plunged it down like this, stabbing the other passenger in the belly.
The balls.
What?
I said.
My lord, I wish to speak.
No.
Yes, you're number 5. Do I take it that you too have something stuck in your throat? Because it certainly sounds like it does. As the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder being committed in one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. My mustache looks like a horseshoe. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself.
Yes, you should probably just wait and listen to the rest of the facts.
But I've heard enough now. The horse is bolted, as they say. No, please. You just keep an open mind, little luggy fuck. She up now is overblazed, the finish is in sight. Bah. Bah. The horse wanted to do that.
It's like that's what he says. I've always wanted to launch a fireball in the air. Guilty.
Bebo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says. Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir. Pay me more fucking money, please. I'm underpaid. This is too unkind, sir. Which now means that 5 jurors agreed to condemn this man. Good. Alright, you old crusty fuck. What is your problem? Alright, I can get through to her. Alright, bitch.
This
What the
isn't you, old lady.
hell? Madam Juror number 6.
What? Yes, dear. What can I do for you?
Change your fucking verdict.
That's so rude.
You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand.
Yes, what of it? Oh, yes, I certainly have still got my hearing, you know.
Shocking, because it doesn't seem like it, because it's not
You want to say that again?
Then, pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leading?
Because I don't want to. Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park at around this time of day, and I sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting.
Okay.
Well, this isn't a park bench, and
There's a lovely little park just near where I live. McGilded Park, it's called. The gentleman donated it to the city, you know, to put a smile on the others' faces, he said. I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life.
And always doing wonderful things for the city. Yeah, that's right. A man like that once stabbed someone sharply.
that dude sounds suspicious as hell.
Mother, may we go to McGilded Public Library later and borrow some books, please?
No, you ungrateful fuck.
How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know
No, we don't.
what kind of man Magnus McGilded really is? Oh, kicking the organ. What kind of man is he? A shitty one. The philanthrop... Oh my god. Philanthropist Magnus
Philanthropist.
McGilded has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one with the very darkest of souls. What?
Stone the crows!
McGilded lead... I'm gonna commit murder now.
I'm gonna commit murder.
McGilded lends money at extortionate rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He's a vulture that preys on the weak.
I've never heard any mention of that before.
Of course you fucking haven't. Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? What possible reason could this man have had to make a use of a public omnibus service? You're not saying that. The victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGilded. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed, the final repayment date for his debts was fucking due. Good gracious. The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his fucking debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul at the last, very last thing, he owned taken from him his life. By the merciless philanthropist, pretender Magnus McGilded. I don't believe it. Hold it.
My court now. If I might add something briefly.
You? No.
Alright, fuck you.
Miss Susato. Tomato.
You claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGilded. But where is the evidence to support your claim?
Damn. I mean, smart. That's a smart question.
Read him and weep, bitch.
I hate it when the defense asks for proof. I need a fucking drink.
Me when the defense asks for proof. I need a fucking drink.
Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in a court of law. Ha! There it is! Lord Von Zeus' hollow chalice. Chalice? Fucking...
All right, fanboy, sit down.
Is it chalice or chalice?
It's chalice.
Chalice?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How can this be considered acceptable? But I find myself in an unexpectedly good humor. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself.
As judicial assistant to the defense, I am simply doing my job.
Well, you should stop. What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside.
Oh,
Yeah, so shut the fuck up. Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice and a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. A marvelous toast, Counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence. Nice. Is my name in here? Ah, yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum. And the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense.
I'm sad
I'm
now.
gonna say no, huh?
Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes.
Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi of the accused.
And it's such a pretty little park, too. What a scoundrel. Fire! Still. Maybe it's all for the best.
Wait a minute. Let's think about this a little more before...
I don't stand for nonsense.
Well, I can't stand you!
Then sit down.
No chair.
Skadoosh.
Balls.
Balls.
Damn. This desk tastes good. That was
what does it taste like?
The last juror's decision tastes like fucking wood and defeat.
Huh. Interesting.
Here's a comic I found.
Here, it's the Sunday Funnies. I know it's not Sunday, but...
Wait, do the funnies come out on Sunday or Saturday?
I have no idea. I haven't read a newspaper in forever.
Oh no. I'm gonna say Sunday funnies.
Sunday
anyway.
funnies, sure.
Okay.
According to this Encyclopedia of British Law,
It's like, is it spelled like that? I thought it was. I didn't think there was an A in there.
It's probably the British spelling.
Probably.
when all members of a jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty,
They die.
they just disappear, they phase out of existence. Court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here.
The final verdict. It's over then.
I have a trick up my sleeve, though. If I take my Sharpie and I rewrite the rules, it changes the way the game works.
Bad, do it.
Alright, let's see. Naruhodo-san wins. Woohoo! There's a footnote, though.
A footnote?
However, the defense... Fuck.
No. All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case. The defense loses.
I'm changing your dialogue, you bitch.
Damn, I win.
No, you
Feels
don't.
great. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections. Damn, I guess I'm just screwed, huh? Mr. Sato, just tell me one thing.
Oh, yes?
You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law? However, the defense. What did it say next?
Oh, yes, of course. One moment. When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Then the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point.
Damn, alright. I don't even know what that means. Summation examination?
Objection!
No. A summation examination. From which century has that tome you have there fucking been resurrected? Did you resurrect that tome from the fucking 1400s? I don't know.
No?
Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure mention. It's a relic, long forgotten, and certainly no longer practiced. So you're out of luck.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. Why, Ayana? What even is it, Mr. Sato? The so-called summation examination?
one moment, and I'll read about it.
Waste of time. You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails? Typical Nipponese.
I'm gonna smack you. All right, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand.
Yeah, you better back that up, bitch, because I'm about to come across this courtroom and smack you in the head.
Hell yeah. It seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury.
To do what? Exactly? Do I, like, take off my clothes or something?
Please keep your clothes on. Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions, and it says here that... Ouch. If successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed.
Damn. Make them reverse their decisions. Yes, in times gone by, baristas would use a summation examination in an attempt to influence the jury's decision.
I just had a thought. Like, what if when Susato smacks her book, they played like an overly cartoony sound of bones breaking?
Just,
Just like, I've got it. Ow, what the fuck?
Owie, owie.
but that procedure has become something of a formality with no practical benefit, really, so rather fell out of use.
I wonder why.
Because it was devoid of purpose.
I wasn't
Just like
asking
your
you.
Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barista would even assert his right to try in this day and age.
Age and
Yep,
age.
Day and age.
Alright, listen here, you poopy butthole. Still. I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally
Well,
revoked.
it's revoked because I said it was.
Oh my god.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting you get a different job. I'm suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't
Motherfucker, it isn't extinct yet, bitch.
I want to rip that nose off of your face.
That's rude.
Open your nostrils and pour this wine into it.
No! What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
I think he's gonna pour wine down your nose.
Not if he doesn't catch me first. I'm sealing my nose shut.
A summation examination, our last possible option. Do we assert our right to carry it out or admit defeat?
Forget it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Oh no.
You know we gotta.
Man, that feeling when I forget about it. Forget about it.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Forget it.
Naruhodo, what are you doing?
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Mr. Naruhodo, are you sure that's the right decision?
You heard what the judge and the prosecutor said. It's an indicated. Don't know what that word is. Procedure
Indicated.
is history. We barely know our way around the law that's in use today. What hope will we have of pulling it off? Use a bitch.
Perhaps we... Wait. Perhaps what we don't know can work to our advantage.
Sorry?
In any case, there's really only one course of action available to us here. What we can't afford to do is allow this trial to end.
we don't know can work to our advantage. You're right, Mr. Sato. Let's bring this antiquated... I hate using that word. Antiquated
I think you're
procedure
saying it right.
back in the present day. Alright, dickless. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
No, they don't.
Do you even know what that means?
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that shall remain buried.
Objection!
I think you should die. But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. No, more like it's your left. The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination. This is madness. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? I'm not. There was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so... Wow, you would actually have to state your reasoning as to why you fucking picked that verdict?
Wow,
That's
really?
crazy. All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they've reached their decision. On what grounds? I
Are
was
you
just following the
dumb?
knife fucker. You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Well, my lord, are you rather putting us on the spot?
This is most regular. Not mention. Wait, fuck. No mention of this was made before.
This shouldn't even be hard. If you listen to the facts, you should be able to say why you picked
I know,
guilty.
like, are you guys dumb?
Yeah, I don't really hold with all this justifying, Lark. It's fucking stupid.
I'm
She thinks so too. That seems to have thrown the jurors off.
It seems none of them have experienced this before.
Of course they haven't.
Having to think rationally.
All right. And the summation examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years in it. Is it? Well, just maybe. It might be the opportunity we've been looking for. To turn this trial around. So be it then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant, Magnus McGilded, guilty of this most serious crime. It looks like we're gonna have to see what grounds they find the defendant guilty of in the next episode.
Damn.
Oh boy! Yeah, God, the jury edition was so good in this game. And I really hope for Ace Attorney 7 they bring it back.
Oh my god, that would be choice.
But yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
So, as always, if you all enjoyed and want to give this series some love, you know what to do. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you all in the next episode.